Hey everyone, this is Nick here. Right now it is 93 degrees in here and climbing. It's getting hot in here. I'm starting to sweat a little bit just so I can get you all this video. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about a AC unit that I have inside the cabin. Let me turn the camera right there so y'all can see. This is just for the cabin I'm still working on. That should be done by now, but it is not. So switch back this way. Hold on. There we go. So pretty much the goal here is this is a video hopefully to help others who are looking to go off grid, interested and things like that. There's not that much information online that is either free or it's pretty much outdated or the person's not explaining well. So hopefully I'll be able to explain well, and I do respond to comments and questions, so hopefully I'll be able to help anyone out. So the first start off is the AC unit that I'm running is a Toshiba. This AC unit I got at Home Depot for I believe $150. This was as of May 2021. So pretty much when I got this AC unit, this basically means the prices of the ACs are going up only because now they're starting to sell out. There's no sales right now. It's peak of summer. You know how it is in Arizona. It goes from 60 degrees to 113 in a week. So these were selling off quickly. So we will be working on this. The first thing you need to know if you're going to run a window AC unit is how many watts you are using. In order to do that, you're going to need one of these. Let me unplug this. And that right here is a volt meter. If you look online for energy consumption meter, this is usually the name it goes by. There's probably like 20 names that people call this just based off of what they are using. So with this right here, you're able to tell how many watts your AC is using. I'm going to use this to show you all how many watts my AC is using. So if you decide to buy this exact one, you already know how much it's using and what you need to set up to get this to run. So to start off, I have my electricity right now for this unit hooked up directly to a inverter. The inverter I'm running is 400 watt continuous, 800 watt peak. And with that, even though it sounds like it should run this, it is not, and I will get to that later in the video. So pretty much let's get started. So the first start off, we're going to turn this on high cool just to show you what happens if you try to turn on an AC unit with a underpowered inverter. So here's an example. We'll start on high cool. So what happened is my inverter right now is literally resetting because I'm trying to pull too much power on the surge of this air compressor running, which is why the light went out. Same on low cool as well. All right, we'll turn it back off, and let me turn the light back on for the camera. All right, cool. So now, as we can tell, if we go through here, it didn't pick anything up because the surge was too high. So what I'm going to do is show you what it does on low cool. So low cool is no air compressor, just low fan. I meant to say not no cool, low fan. And right now, looking at it, you see we're at 65 watts. And if I press function through here, I'm using about 0.73. So we're using 3/4 of an amp. And then the lowest wattage it's using is 45. Highest is 73 as its peak. And then this is what it's running right now at 64, just running. If I turn it on from off to high fan, we go back through it. Well, first we'll sleep on this. We're at 61 watts, now 57, so we're actually dropping right now on high fan compared to low fan. Right now we're actually using less amps. We're using half an amp, so only 500 milliamps. And then when we go back to our wattage for high, we only went up 2 extra watts to go and get this to run, which is pretty interesting because basically what that means is if you have an AC unit, you can pretty much run it off of any type of inverter that you have if you're only going to run the fan. A good example is this right here. This is on Amazon. It's a portable battery supply. With this alone, that basically means that I should be able to plug in the AC unit into here and I can run the low fan and high fan. However, I won't be able to run the high cool and low cool because I think this has a 100, maybe 80 watt, let's say 80 watt or 100 watt peak. I have to recheck that. I will put in the description and we'll go from there. But just to show you all that this works, I'll go ahead and plug it in. So turn this back off, unplug this, and I'm going to plug it directly into here. All right, we're going to turn this on. We're going to turn on the outlet for this. And here we go. Low fan turning on. Turn on a lot slower. This thing is a little weaker than, you know, a 12-volt car battery. So this is low cool. Turn it off and turn on high cool. Boom, it's working. Because this is a smaller battery pack, this won't run this AC unit probably longer than, I believe, what, maybe 40 minutes to an hour, which is good for whatever needs you need if it was an emergency. But this is kind of like my emergency backup. This plugs into my solar panel directly, charges, and doesn't need a solar charge controller or anything. But yeah, on to the next thing. So what we're gonna do now is we're actually going to plug this in directly into the generator, and we're going to get the actual wattage that this AC is using. We're going to put it on, turn it back off, and we're going to switch it all the way to high cool. Heard that generator kick in. Wattage we're using, this is useful for anyone who's going to be buying this air conditioner or anything similar to it for with the low BTUs. So right now we're pulling 552 watts right now. This is